So the vibe here is overwhelmingly positive. People are thrilled that the grifters have been washed out and the developers who are left behind are building real utility. There's also a lot of optimism around the fact that this years in the making upgrade to Ethereum is actually happening in September. So today, Vitalik Buterin, who is the creator of Ethereum, gave a keynote on the main stage pointing to all the benefits of the merge, as it's called, including the fact that it will make Ethereum so much faster, scalable, more energy efficient, and lower the price of gas fees.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. How are you doing today? You subscribe for daily videos keeping you up to date and informed on the entire cryptocurrency market. That was CNBC reporter Kenzie updating CNBC on the Ethereum Community Conference, which is the largest annual European Ethereum event focused on technology and community. 3 intense days of conferences, networking, and learning. A lot of developers and builders go to this conference. So she says that there's a positive, proactive vibe at the conference. Developers are happy that a lot of the junk and the high-risk plays are getting washed out and the builders are left to build. Also, there's a lot of excitement for the upcoming merge to proof of stake, which has been years in the making, currently slated for around September 19th this year. But CNBC anchors think that there's more to the story. After all, prices are down, crypto is scary. There must be fear, there must be uncertainty, there must be doubt at this conference. So they prompt her. Tell us about the fear. Tell us about the worry at the Ethereum conference. Surely the price action is worrying these builders and developers. Listen.
So we've got a situation where I'm sensing that people are more encouraged than not. Are there some there who are worried there are more shoes to drop in the industry? Louboutins.
No. No, so much of the conversation is not about the market, and it's about the underlying fundamentals. So the conversation I've had with virtually every single person at this event is that, the crypto contagion effect has actually been contained within a very specific corner of the ecosystem. So we're talking about the distinction between centralized finance and decentralized finance. Celsius and Voyager Digital, those big names that have fallen, these are CeFi players. Their yields weren't real, so 20% APY, oftentimes with no collateral involved. And then you have your DeFi platforms like Aave and Compound that are over-collateralized. And this is where you're seeing real yield in the market. So, people here aren't worried about the recent erosion of confidence among investors because even though there's less liquidity flowing, the bankruptcies are cleaning out the system and exposing vulnerabilities.
So she explains the situation, how there's more to the story than just the price being down and people being fearful. But the CNBC anchors hit her again. Aren't people fearful? Between the inside trading and the lawsuits and the bankruptcies, surely that must affect the atmosphere at this event. Tell us about that. These CNBC anchors cannot stand what she is saying. Surely there must be a problem. So Kenzie responds and explains again as to why the bad headlines or why the low price does not faze the builders at this conference. Listen.
What's the general mood there, Mackenzie, on a topic where we see each day bringing new information about insider trading and lawsuits and bankruptcies and all the rest of it? What's the atmosphere like?
I mean, it hasn't fazed people. Like, they're just so confident in the fact that those people that were looking to make an easy buck have been washed out. So what you're leaving are developers and cryptographers who have a lot of work to do to create actual utility. Meanwhile, the party scene has been a blast. Like, nobody has been sleeping this week in Paris. They're bouncing from ECC to all of these ancillary events. There are dozens of blockchain parties happening across the city. Folks snuck into the catacombs, which is 65 feet underground. It holds the skeletal remains of around 6 million Parisians. Tonight, the hot ticket to have is Rave's blowout party, where I'm told all the DeFi degens get loose. So if I get a ticket to that, I will report back on how that goes.
Well, we want to get a report on that, but I find a certain irony amidst all the turmoil in cryptocurrency that they would have a party in the catacombs where the bones reside. That feels a little ironic to me.
Right. No, but that's the thing. It's like the investors and the trading side and the price charts and the markets are so completely separate to the group of people that ECC attracts. We're talking about the top developers and cryptographers on the planet. Like every single session has been devoted to what is the latest in tech, like what is being developed that people aren't talking about yet. So there are no panels, there's no opining. It's about really getting into the weeds of the code.
Well, next time, Mackenzie, take us along, will you? We would love that. Kelly and I will join you.
What can I bring back? What do you guys want?
There is a croissant. A croissant.
Okay, so they have way too much fun over at CNBC talking about this stuff. But something to note is just awesome to see CNBC covering ETHCC. It's still all too weird to really grasp because we all remember years ago the mainstream media didn't touch this, and if they did, there's no nuance, and it was often FUD. And now we're here. So let's finish up talking about Ethereum, move into Bitcoin, and then we'll talk about altcoins. Ethereum held on exchanges plunges as stakers prepare for the merge. So things are getting bullish. Ethereum on exchanges hits a 4-year low alongside steady inflows into the network's staking contract ahead of the merge. And this is what this looks like. So this is the plunge they were talking about. The blue is Ethereum exchange balances, and then the black is Ethereum's price. And you can see it's been 4 years since Ethereum on exchanges was this low, meaning people are taking their Ethereum off exchanges. Look at that plunge over there, and it's equivalent to the price, where the price was in July of 2017. Amazing to think about. Now, finishing up on the merge, there are still way too many people who think that all staked ETH unlocks at the merge. Spoiler alert, no staked ETH unlocks until withdrawals are enabled 6 to 12 months after the merge, and even then, there is an unlock queue, and it happens in waterfalls. These people are in for quite a surprise post-merge who think that all ETH gets dumped on the market at the merge. Not happening. Bullish going into the merge, bullish on ETH. If and when it fully transitions, fully proof of stake, that will be a big deal for all of crypto. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Very bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very scarce. The fundamentals for Bitcoin looking great. The question is, how scarce is Bitcoin? Well, only about 2 million people in the world own 1 Bitcoin. Only about 500,000 people in the world own 10 Bitcoin. And only about 250,000, even less people in the world, hold 21 Bitcoin. Of course, people can have multiple wallets, and there are a lot of uncertain elements we don't know. But let's just think about it. People have just realized that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is here to stay. The regular person probably cannot accumulate 21 Bitcoins at this time. This is probably off the table for most people. 10 Bitcoin? People can still do it. The average person, probably not. Probably in the next 6 months is their last chance. Maybe, who knows? Nobody really knows. But definitely, accumulating 1 whole Bitcoin is still on the table. In the chat, let me know what you think about this. Is this something even worth doing? And also understand, when we're talking about Bitcoin's scarcity, there is supply and then there's demand. And with supply, this is the amount of Bitcoin that is left to be mined. So not too much at all. Bitcoin Layer 2, Bitcoin's Lightning Network, public Bitcoin capacity has increased by about 200% year to date. So Bitcoin's Layer 2 developing quite nicely. And so what can we expect as Bitcoin holders, as Bitcoin proponents? What can we expect in the short term? What can we expect in the midterm? And of course, the long term. Bitcoin, volatile week ahead. Most will likely be taking profit or de-risking, expecting a small sell-off or a healthy correction. Once we find a new support, it's time to reload, and most likely the last dip before we see 30,000 Bitcoin. Most holders should be accumulating and holding. Most holders should be accumulating and holding. I agree with that. Let me know if you agree with that. Let's talk about altcoins, because altcoin market cap versus the entire crypto market cap at a very interesting point, which is reminiscent of the altcoin market cap back here. So altcoin market cap at a key point. Obviously, people want altcoin market cap to increase if you hold quality altcoins. Ultimately, we'll see what happens. I just want to clue you in. We're at an inflection point. So the next week or so is going to be pivotal. But really, look for the companies who are building and getting better. For instance, Uniswap will offer full pseudo-swap support. What the hell does this mean? Well, Uniswap is working on integrating full pseudo-swap support, the protocol's head of NFT products tweeted today. The news comes following Uniswap's announcement that it will be offering an NFT market aggregation product to its users sometime in the fall, so NFTs on Uniswap. SudoSwap is a decentralized NFT trading platform. Its integration indicates Uniswap doesn't plan on limiting its services to traditional marketplaces such as OpenSea and LooksRare. So regardless of the price, these quality projects continue to build. Big things are happening in the space. Irregardless of price, Animoca Brands launches DAO to develop Metaverse standards. How exciting! An alliance of Web3 companies has come together to build an open, borderless Metaverse called OMA3, or Open Metaverse Alliance for Web3. The group says it aims to solve key challenges of the nascent metaverse space, including preserving the freedom of information owned by users. I love that. Projects joining the alliance with Animoca Brands include Alien Worlds, Dapper Labs, Decentraland, Star Atlas, and The Sandbox. So some Solana companies, some Ethereum companies, some other companies, there's all sorts of people. In addition to Web3 projects already linked to Animoca, the alliance includes DAO framework developers, Wivity, virtual reality and game developer space, and blockchain gaming company Upland. Quote, "We believe in a metaverse without restraining walls, where individual platforms are interconnected and fully interoperable." So people are building for the future. This is one such example. And final small point on altcoins. Hey, Cardano holders, what's up with this? About 30,000 Dogecoin trade hands daily on average, on par with daily transaction numbers on Cardano. Obviously, it's my opinion that there's a lot more going on with Cardano than Dogecoin, even though Dogecoin's a perfectly fine meme coin. But it has about equal transactions. Cardano holders or Dogecoin holders, curious to know what you think about this. I wanted to share this metric with you. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you tomorrow, friends.